when we integrated and was given the opportunity to give up our own sense of self-reliance, did the poverty mindset really kick in community wide? It really kicked in community wide. Like, why you want to do that? Why you want to stand on your own? Go over here and get this good job with these good mainstream folk. Go on. You don't got to create your own business or create your. Why are you doing that? And now we are being thrown. Everybody, not just our community, but all communities in this country are being thrown back on. You better create something because they showed you with the flip of a switch, they can shut the whole everything down.
Welcome to the Mind Body Energy Imbalance podcast.
All right. Peace and love, everybody. This is welcome to the episode, the Mind Body Energy Imbalance episode this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace, Flo.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sunday's podcast day. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Well, ain't they gonna hear this anytime during the week? Do it have to be podcast Sunday? What is happening?
Podcast Sunday is the day we record it. It's not dating it, but it's the day we recorded it. Dating an episode, we'll date it like it's like if this was August something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it. Yep. We don't, and we leaving this in too because this is reality podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So listen, we are fresh off the heels of head wraps, yoga, and curves, honey. Woo! Ding, 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 ding. I don't have my bell with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome. And your producer extraordinaire, Flaw 700, put his thing down. I cannot tell you how many sisters was in my DMs about this young man. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Nothing. We got a plan. Let me tell you. Yeah. So, how did you enjoy yourself? Tell me. Share some of your thoughts about the head wraps, yoga, and curves event.
Had an amazing time. It was my first time speaking to the public with a microphone in my hand like that. Not saying it's the first time, probably in years. I've done like a live podcast. I think that what people need to understand for me is podcasting and live speaking are just two different things.
Yeah, they are.
They are two different things. So when I say, hey, this is my first time doing, this at this magnitude, I don't look at podcasting as the same thing. And I used to tell people when I was podcasting that I'm not a talker. Well, you got a podcast. Well, I'm like, it's just different. I'm not naturally just going to get up into a space in front of a bunch of people and start talking.
Right.
So one thing that I did leave the audience with was one of my last things was I really wasn't a talker, but I didn't find my voice until I found something that I loved. So at this point, nothing's forced. So when I went up there and I also left them with, hey, I can do this all day. I can keep talking. I can keep, but we're going to cut this short. We got other presenters to get up there, but I had a wonderful time. And listen, I appreciate the respect that the audience gave to me. I felt like all eyes were on me. They were very attentive because I touched on some points that we all can relate to. My story is no different from nobody's story, and I think that's why I'm having the success that I'm having because I'm not here to lie to nobody. I'm not here to play on the emotions of Black people, which is what I hate people do. They like to
Right.
play on our emotions to sucker us into something because they know who we are. Well, I am you, and I'm telling you the truth. I really went through these things, and I became free with the ability to dream once I started getting certain information. A lot of people, don't have a dream. They don't dream no more. Like just thinking back to when we were children about how
Right.
we went to the playground and you played with all the kids. How you didn't discriminate. You didn't have any fear of any hate when it comes to other people. But then as we become adults, we become more closed. Become more. I don't talk to people. I don't do this and I don't do that. So once you realize that that thing that you have is not real, you're able to get up in front of people and just start expressing yourself, man. It's like a second life. I had a wonderful time. Can't wait to do more. I made a lot of
Mhm.
connections yesterday. I got a lot of emails, a lot of numbers that I'm gonna start reaching out to later on today. And it
Mhm.
was, yeah, I just had a wonderful time.
Yeah, that's awesome. You did a great job. Let me just tell you, the audience was captivated. Head wraps, yoga, and curves is a signature event that me and one of my business partners, I like to call them partners in prosperity, Simply Netfa, we collaborate on that event. It's our third year and our first year doing it in Trenton.
Hmm.
And so we had quite a few people registered. But the interesting thing is, we had more people walk in the door than we had people who registered that actually attended. So that was all good. It still was, a well attended event. We had beautiful vendors. And like I said, your particular segment, the financial literacy portion, is something that I'm wholly, wholly excited about. And want to make sure that anything that I'm creating, curating for our community has to have that component to it.
Yep, yep, yep.
Just like, when you go to these other events, like if you go to a financial literacy event, they don't usually have like a health component or a
Right.
self-care component. But I perceive we need to combine these success pillars of life, because you really need all of the pillars to be successful. You need them firing to some degree or another, right? They don't have to all be like firecrackers, but they do have to be all oiled up and running. You know what I'm saying?
You make a good point. I
Hmm.
basically ran into a situation like that a few weeks ago. I'm not going to say nobody's name.
Hmm.
But there's a young lady that I was actually helping, because I'm a podcast guy, I'm an audio guy. So if people who need assistance, they come to me, say, hey, what
Hmm.
do you think of this? Right. So her business is based on mental health for black men.
Hmm.
Cool, great.
Mm.
She doing her thing, and I said, hey man, when you going to have me on? And she was like, so what you got to talk about? And I wanted to talk about finances and things like that. And
Absolutely.
she said, "Sound
Hmm.
like you're trying to sell something." I'm like, and before I got annoyed
Oh,
right there. It doesn't take much to annoy me. I got annoyed.
yeah,
I'm like,
that's true.
I'm not trying to
Right.
sell anything. I'm not selling you anything. But at the end of the day, mental health and finances go hand in hand to me. Like
Heck yeah, especially
don't
for men.
right. So, but here's the thing: the reason why I brought that up, right? Because we got to
Hmm.
stop only thinking that men are struggling fresh out of prison. Men are only
Right.
struggling fresh with
Hmm.
just being neglected at home and things like that. You can have people who look perfectly fine, wear a suit, and be miserable somewhere or be mentally ill because of finances.
Hmm.
You don't have to
Hmm.
be coming from out of reform. And a lot of times people
Hmm.
just want to talk to people that has been, well, he's fresh out of prison. He's doing this and he's doing like we don't put mental health in the box. There's
Right.
a lot of things that could be mentally ill towards people. So we kept building,
Hmm.
we kept building.
Hmm.
She was just like, we need a name for it, and I'm like, I'm not really the biggest person of the name, and
Hmm.
I think I came up with something, and she just couldn't really understand. I was like, you know what?
Hmm.
Don't worry about it. So
Yeah.
you bring up what you brought up about people talking about fitness a lot, right? When people
Hmm.
we always separate things, right? Like for me,
Yeah.
I've been working out for over 10 years.
Right.
I learned is we have to stop using the gym membership as a getaway because what
Right.
happens when you leave the gym,
Right.
right? Barbershops, a lot of times black men, I'll speak on black men, right? They kind of let
Hmm.
their uh emotions out at a barbershop meet where you get around
Right.
your other peers and you guys are in that barbershop for that hour and then you leave. And most times guys go, well, I gotta go back home or I gotta go to work. Whatever it is that's bothering them. They don't necessarily fix the issue. We just do things that get our mind off the issue for 30 to 60 minutes. So
Right.
I just definitely just wanted to touch on that, and when you brought it up about how people don't really combine, because it was a great presentation. It was like all like the working out, the stretching, and the eating, and the food, and all of that stuff. We the thing is, we need all of it. We need all of it. It's not just one thing. Okay, I can talk to you about financial literacy, but if I say I can leave you a certain amount of money to my family, if they just blow it, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about money. It's about what we're doing with the money. It's about buying back our community, right? If we live
Hmm.
in such a poor community, Why is everybody building stores in it?
And the stores is successful,
And it's
and
just
you got three of the same stores in the same block. The stores are successful. It's the mindset. That's why I said we need your points are perfect. Exactly. And one of the bigger points that you raised in what you just shared, Flaw, is not everybody's going to understand.
hmm
Some people can only compartmentalize. So mental health has nothing to do with finances. Like, it sounds like you trying to sell something when in fact you're selling something too, sis. You're selling a person on caring for their mental health. Like, let's understand what is happening, and eventually, if you have directing people to a clinic or to some type of service or to some type of mental health counselor, that is an edification, a guiding to a sale, if you will, for that particular thing. So not everybody's going to understand even what they're doing. And we just have to kind of not let that discourage us, not let that burst our bubble flow or whatever. Just keep it moving. If you know in your heart what you're offering is helping people. So that's super dope.
And let's keep it in mind. One last thing, since you touched on it, let's just be honest. In this world, in the United States,
Hmm.
or even in the world, you're either selling or being sold something. So
Come on now.
let's start with the you're trying to sell something. You're either
Hmm.
in this world selling or you're being sold. That is it.
Hmm.
We got to stop
Hmm.
that. I don't want to sell. Well, then you're being sold. You're being told what to buy. Then,
Yup.
you know?
Yup. But that's the poverty mindset that our people have been trained to over, the last 100 years.
Yeah,
The last, because not even in slavery did we have a poverty mindset. We created some of the best inventions when we were captive, consciously captive Africans in this country and throughout the Caribbean. We created a lot of jobs and a lot of businesses, like tons of businesses. You can't create businesses in a poverty mindset. That doesn't work. So the last 50 years, or not 50 years, I would say since the 1950s, so that's like, 60, 70 years, when we integrated and was given the opportunity to give up our own sense of self-reliance, did the poverty mindset really kick in community wide. It really kicked in community wide. Like, why you want to do that? Why you want to stand on your own? Go over here and get this good job with these good mainstream folk. Go on. You don't got to create your own business or create your. Why are you doing that? And now we are being thrown. Everybody, not just our community, but all communities in this country are being thrown back on. You better create something, because they showed you with the flip of a switch they can shut the whole everything down,
hmm
and you don't have nothing. You don't even know how to hunt. You don't know how to get food out the forest or out the bushes. You don't know nothing. They could just flip a switch and you is out here. It's the freaking Hunger Games.
hmm yeah.
So, it's a poverty mindset when people say, "Oh, you charging for that?" Child, I ain't got time to be talking to you about that. Honey, no. You know what I say to those people? No, baby, I'm not charging you. Mm-mm. I don't even want you to have it.
Right.
Because
You
you
already
don't
know. You already
understand.
know about yeah, that type of question just lets you know, you know what? This is not definitely going to work. This is not going to work if you're already asking me. Like, I talk to people. I try my
Yeah.
best to communicate with people any way I can, whether it be on the phone or through social media or via
Hmm.
text. And
Yeah.
sometimes you get the question and that it's just like, you know what? You guys are really looking to work. You guys are
Yeah.
really looking to work. You guys aren't looking to learn. You guys aren't looking
Uh-huh.
put yourselves ahead. And I can see that
Yeah.
from this conversation, right? Right. So
Hmm.
for me, right? So we still talking about selling and being sold, right? So
Hmm.
I'm looking to expand, me personally.
Hmm.
I definitely would like one or two or more of me, right? And
Sure.
on that in that aspect, you need to recruit to find out
Hmm.
see who's hungry, right? So
Hmm.
typically when I talk to people, they go, "Do you gotta recruit?" Right? And it's just
Mhm.
like, well, just like I said, you either sold to be sell to be sold, you either recruit to be recruited.
Right.
The job is hiring.
Right.
The job tells you they're hiring. What are they doing? They're recruiting
Right.
you.
Right.
So it's just like
Absolutely.
they're
It's a
recruiting you.
mindset.
It's
Mhm.
a mindset. Anything that we're doing in this world, like we're not reinventing the wheel, but we're
Right.
just bringing light to it. And we go, well, I don't
Mhm.
want to recruit. What then? Well, you don't want to be wealthy or rich because anybody that's making millions and billions of dollars recruited some people to come do some things for
You
them.
got to duplicate yourself.
You gotta
You got to
duplicate yourself.
duplicate yourself.
So,
That's right.
so at the
Mhm.
end of the day, it's just simple, right? And then sometimes you get
Mhm.
people who just think that, you know what, you're too good. I don't want
Mhm.
nothing to do with that. Because and we just
Mhm.
got to it's that poverty mindset.
Yeah.
It's
You know, go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
no. I'm
Mhm.
just saying no. I was ending off with that, but when you don't think that an
Mhm.
opportunity that you're worth that opportunity, it's just that poverty
Mhm.
mindset.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I mean, it is. It's across the board, And I'm currently, I found a love and a passion for learning through these different challenges, these group challenges.
Hmm.
So to make it plain what I'm saying, I'm currently in a 100-day money mindset challenge, and the brother who is running the challenge said something that was so profound to me that even all these years in my serial entrepreneurship space, it didn't come to my mindset. But you think short for you when you're ready, right? And he said,
Yep.
it's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 job, but your 9 to 5 job should be seeding your financial freedom. So you take your 9 to 5 job and the money from that job and put it into the business or the, product or the whatever that you're doing to grow it to the degree that you can, you don't have to have your 9 to 5 anymore. So the 9 to 5 is the seed money. That's a different way to look at, you know, of being a W-2 employee. That's
Hmm.
a different way to look at being even a 1099 contractor. Like, even if you're a 1099 contractor, the thing is you got to still have, multiple or anchor income. You got to have anchor income so that you can build what it is that you are trying to build without the energy of desperation, without the energy of urgency, without the energy of, if this don't work, I don't know what I'm going to do, because that changes your frequency and your attraction capacity, right?
Hmm.
So, a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm gonna go out here and jump out here and start this business, and it's all gravy and good, and I can't focus on two things. Nowadays, you have to. You just have to. You gotta have that anchor income so that you can seed and not have that energy that really changes your frequency in a way that's not helpful. So I didn't realize that the seeding, that anchor income is the seed to what it is that I'm doing in terms of expanding Mama Yoga Wellness. Now that means you got to have enough, the anchor income got to be big enough to where you can pull whatever you want off of it to put it into, a seed capacity. So you need to be making some money and being able to set aside a certain amount to help grow what your business or your freedom, your financial freedom dynamic is. Yep.
Yep.
hmm
Definitely.
So yeah, so we gotta make sure all these things that we're doing, I feel, should have every component of the pillar of life: financial literacy, financial education, health and wellness, and self-care. It should have a mindset, a component, meditation, how to start a business, how to run a business, all these different components. When we have these gatherings, I think we need to incorporate other aspects to make it a rounded offering. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
I definitely
I'm
agree.
traveling. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah, no,
traveling, y'all. So I don't know if y'all hear the wheels turning, but you got to be consistent, and that's what we doing. So we on here, background noise and all.
yeah, I definitely agree. Study shows that, and I think Mark was on here a few weeks ago talking about it. That the number one
Mhm.
leading in divorce is money. So imagine. I'm just saying, imagine having your money right, your mind right, your body right, your spirit right. We haven't seen what that look like yet. We've seen people have a few of those assets. We've seen that people have, maybe three out of the four, two out of the four, one out of the four, and we've seen people with none out of the four. But what would happen if we saw somebody with all four? It could just change the dynamic of what we see, because what we see is
Right,
we see broken men and women making it work, and that's inspiring. But they're broke,
right,
not broke
right,
financially, but they're broken, but they're doing their
right.
best, and that's inspiring, right? What did
Hmm.
they say when the kids was growing up? They saw the pimps because they were
Yep.
not that they weren't good role models, but that's all they saw. But what they saw was somebody making money. The drug dealer.
Hmm.
It's not that the
Hmm.
image was good, but they actually saw somebody making money, right? Athletes. So
Hmm.
it goes on and on and on. So we're seeing broke people, not once again, not financially broke, but broke people trying to
Hmm.
make it any way that they can. But can you
Hmm.
now on social media, it's easy to put on a suit and go, well, this is what a black man looks like. But it's really
Yeah.
cold, right? It's really cold
Yeah.
outside of that suit. So we can see
Hmm.
what a quote unquote black man or the black woman should look like, or the black family should look like. But are they really whole beyond those Instagram pictures?
Right.
I'm trying to
Right.
complete. I'm definitely on a mission to try to complete what it would look like for a family with a man and a woman to have financial, spiritual, physical,
Hmm.
emotional, all of it, all the O's, like just at an 80% or better. Like we don't have to be
Right.
perfect, but imagine the money right, the mind right, the body right, the spirit right. I'm
Oh,
looking at that right there is something that you people need to be afraid of.
yeah, that's I was about to say that's unstoppable right there. That's the stuff that empires are built from. And then that's another pillar of, of a person's well-being is loving relationships. I posted on my Instagram, we had a few couples at Head Wraps Yoga and Curves. Self-care is about having loving relationships too.
Yeah.
And too often, we attract what we are in need of repair from too often, but if you find the right person where y'all can work on your ish, you work on your ish, she work on her ish, if he work on his ish or whatever, y'all each are working on the things that are obstructive to your growth, your spirit, to you being the best, to give a trope to the best version of yourself. Then that's all you can really expect, to be in a successful relationship. Ain't nobody coming perfected. Ain't nobody coming, without baggage and issues. It's just, do we like each other enough? Are we friends enough with each other enough? And are we capable to be vulnerable enough with each other to grow through whatever we need to correct, we need
I'm
to
glad
heal in our spirit.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was reading a book of mine, and one of the chapters it was talking about coming together and giving yourself 100%, right? Meaning that whatever I got going on, that's my issue. Whatever you got going on is your issue, but you need to be working on it, right? It's not your responsibility or your job to meet somebody and then dump all of your bad emotions on them. And sometimes we get caught up in that.
Right, exactly.
We start dating somebody and immediately we come to their rescue. What's wrong? I can help you with that. You just got here, pal. Or man, whoever, you just got here. And it's not, and you should not be dumping, your situation on that person. You should be handling it. Right. I mean, if it becomes so big that the person sees and notices and wants to have a conversation, that's fine. But I'm saying we shouldn't purposely be dumping. Like, oh my God, I'm in a relationship, so let me tell him about all the bad things that happened to me. That's not what he's for. That's not what she's for.
That's
Right.
right.
So
That's
at the
right.
same, so a lot of times people are waiting for them to get themselves together. That time probably will never come because we're a work in progress until we die. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And you can be as together as you can be for where you at in your life. That's just
as
it.
together as it's
You
going to
know,
get.
Yep. Yep. And your job, your personal job, a person who is moving towards maturity realizes they have to work on their own stuff. Things that are their triggers, they're your triggers. They ain't nobody else's triggers. They're your triggers. And a person has to find a way to heal those triggers, or at least not let them be so raw that whoever they are engaging with, they just get tripped all the time. Them triggers is going off like a mug,
Hmm.
and you can't really reason with the person. You just have no way to pull it in. But that's all. That is a capacity of being trained in your own healing, right? And people are not trained. People are just trained to go with the emotions, and as soon as it stops feeling good, we about to break up. We ain't doing this because this don't feel good. You are for my enjoyment and my pleasure, and right now the shit is too deep.
Right. Yep.
So we gonna break up.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that honeymoon phase.
yeah. Some of them honeymoons be real short, baby. Let me tell you. Them honeymoons be short. But on a serious note, when we talk about wealth, right, and we talk about financially educating our community, this is all relevant to mind, body, energy being in balance because, your mind, your body, and your energy is a type of wealth. It's a type of currency that you have to steward so that you can, pull in the material and, the divine as best you can. But when we talk about wealth, almost all people who are, I'm talking wealthy, are married. Almost all, especially if you, over my life, I've been connected to several structured businesses. They call them network marketing or multi-level marketing businesses. I've been in so many of them over my adult lifetime, because they are an interesting prospect, and it's a great way to get entrepreneurship training, for one. What I found, entrepreneurship training, the resources connected to many, especially the very well-known, very well-established network marketing companies. Their entrepreneurial training is PhD level from my experience. But everybody at the top, almost everybody at the top is married. Almost everybody, if you just stop and pay attention, from my experience looking around, when they walking across that stage, they are usually couples who have worked together, supported one another, fussed, moaned, fought, scratched, said we ain't doing this shit no more, and then yes, we are doing it. It's couples, it's married families that are usually at the top and of the top earners, because wealth is a team sport. It requires, support and togetherness and connectedness for sure to get it done. Hmm.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's what it is. I guess this is the wealthy living part of the mind body energy mind body energy experience. We had a fabulous time. One of the speakers, Natasha Pennant, who is the health conscious diva, this sister had a heart transplant. Oh my lord, she had a heart transplant, and now she does healthy meal. She has a healthy meal service for people. And I think I'm going to have her on the podcast. When we do, we'll put her links and everything in
Hmm.
the show notes. And we just had a host of wonderful people with excellent, excellent skills that they shared. I'm thinking we should probably talk offline about doing this kind of thing like once a month. What you think, Flaw?
A gathering of the minds to speak to the people.
Yeah, but like a smaller, not really head wraps, yoga and asanas, but some type of health, financial literacy, offering in our area. You know.
I'm fine with that.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it offline, y'all, and we'll definitely let y'all know once we put it together. We certainly gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm traveling, so this is going to be a short episode. And don't forget to go to my link tree, which the link will be in the show notes, and you can purchase the Mind, Body, Energy. I'm sorry, the Chakra Healing and Balance book. We are doing our Heal Your Chakra, Heal Your Money, Heal Your Chakra, Heal Your Life challenge every weekday. So you can find we're gonna be on YouTube every weekday, 7:30 in the evening. Get your book. The challenge is free. You don't even need the book if you don't want to buy it, but it's helpful because you can do the exercises in the book. But I'm just offering the challenge because I want people to, to find different ways and tools to balance out their energy, and that's what's happening with that. You could also go to Apple and Spotify and follow and like our show, please. And we appreciate all your support. It's just awesome.
Hmm.
Anything you want to share, Flaw? Anything you got coming up?
No, that was it. That was it. Once again, good time at the event. Can't wait to speak at another. And I can't wait to hear about the amazing feedback you said that I've been getting.
Oh, yeah, you want the DM transcripts. Oh boy. Okay. Yes, well, we are on our way to wealth. That's what that is.
Yes, yes.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, keep your mind, body, energy in balance. So much so that you walk through your life in peace. Till next time, peace and love.